What is going on, everybody? 'Tis I, the enigma of the gun airwaves, Miyanovich, welcoming you to Season 3 of the Liberal Gun Owners Lens podcast, where unprecedented perspectives are packed into the cargo hold for the LGO Lens spaceship Voyagio.
That's fucking Italian.
Don't believe that evolution is possible with guns and public safety in America? It's already happening, y'all. Minds are evolving. Think guns versus public safety is the only game in town, do ya? Think culture war is the big boss, do ya? Then keep your ass in the past. Everyone else, all aboard! I want to talk to you also today about Brandon's box and the reprioritization of what's going on with me and liberal gun owners. It took 7 years straight of 7 days a week from me to create the conditions for the Facebook group. It was so bad, that's what it took. And those 7 years and those 7 days a week, mind you, we do have a lot of other really important moderators in the control room of the Facebook group. Essential people. I will never, ever say that they aren't. But what you have to understand is, in the early years, the moderators that we had would come and go when they felt like it. They would be gone for months. Every one of them would come and go as they pleased. And I did not. Because the threat of something very special being ruined was a 24-hour phenomenon. There is a quote from the Lord of the Rings movies. I can't remember if it's in Tolkien's book, but sleepless malice is the term. Sleepless malice. And I know everybody loves to believe that the conservatives are shit and everybody on their own side is the best. Well, that's absolutely not the truth. If you don't know about liberal cannibalism, circular firing squads, backstabbing, purity tests, gatekeeping from the left, you should know that there's a very significant perniciousness on your own side that actually tried to destroy liberal gun owners and did liberal gun owners Facebook, and I stopped it. And now we have a fully dedicated control room of people who keep it at bay. They're not keeping necessarily the right wing at bay. They're keeping your own quote unquote fam. This is a two-front war. Having a liberal gun owners is a two-front war. And it isn't one front is the conservatives and the other front is anti-gun liberals. No. One front is the conservatives and the other front is the left wing of our own culture, our own side, the whole fucking thing. Pernicious absolutism, pernicious entitlement, pernicious ideologues, people who believe that because they fight for the marginalized, that they're in a superior position to judge everybody else who fights for the marginalized, and these people attack other people on their own side for not being perfect in terms of fighting for the marginalized. It's a two-front war. It took 7 days a week, 7 years straight. It almost destroyed my mental health. It certainly crept into my family and brought negativity into my family through me. Just so what? Largely, unfortunately, mostly a bunch of middle-aged men can jerk off about guns and not buy a $5 sticker. But this is my service to society. And so we have the group because many good people actually do make it into the group and have helped me to do amazing things in the world. So I spent 7 years doing that so then we could have a viable actual 501c4. And the goal of that 501c4 is to start to develop exceptionalism from within the world of the guns, but in the world of the left-leaning reality. And I developed gatherings where we would go and get a company training where the developers, the people that helped me the most, were invited to come to these developmental training weekends once a year or twice a year, but mostly once a year. And that was only possible because of 7 years of effort. After that, I put in 5 years of effort into these developmental trainings for just the developers. It's not for everybody. It's just for the people that are going to help me to develop the company, and the company is then going to benefit culture. And an enormous amount of effort was put into these trainings, an enormous amount of money and effort and sacrifice. And it was predictably an enormous pain in the ass. And many of the people who originally were invited to these things ended up being highly problematic people and making it even harder. So this whole thing, by the way, as an aside, with people being all fucked up on the left and making the whole liberal gun owners too hard, That is a constant fucking problem, as you've heard on this podcast. It's a constant problem. And it was a problem in the development of the company trainings. But we did a 5-year run of doing company trainings. They're on pause right now. We will be doing them again in the future, but they're on pause right now. We prioritized a lot of energy going into these trainings, these events. People flew in from all over the country. We did all kinds of special things. But as I've said before, particularly in the last episode where I bring up the Mang Dojo, these trainings were filled mostly by middle-aged men. Now, everybody kind of person was invited. Women were invited. Transgender people were invited. Gay people were invited. Everybody was invited. No one understands the limitations of the sausage party better than I do. But a lot of middle-aged men are invited. Were helping me to develop this training. And in a very short period of time, in addition to, frankly, some of the people that I invited, bent myself into a pretzel to get them involved or help them be involved, fucking stabbed me in the back. That's one thing. Being stabbed in the back with liberal gun owners is a constant fucking thing. People showing up fucked up with drug and alcohol problems, either to the training or to the pre-training meetings where I was sussing everybody out for who I would invite. That's a fucking problem too. A lot of people don't know that, but that's a fucking problem too. A lot of bullshit, a lot of crisis in the people coming to these trainings, and a lot of prices paid by me to have to mitigate the issues related to these crises. Way too many for just a group of 20, 25, 30 people. And there's a lot of suffering in many of these men too. So in a very short period of time, in 5 years, we had 3 deaths within this small group of people, in addition to a smaller group of people from our community stabbing me in the back and fucking me over, just related to these trainings. Just a very small group of people. By the way, the cream of the crop, like people I vetted out of the hundreds of thousands that came to the Facebook group trying to get in. These are the cream of the crop people. The people where I thought these are not problematic people. There's the people that weren't included were not included because through a computer screen, you could see they were super problematic. Within 5 years, we lost 3 people in a very small group. The first person that we lost was John Bidding a few months before the first training. And John was our lawyer. And I talked to John more than I talked to anyone in the early years. I talked to John constantly. John was going to be a part of every single thing that we were going to do. He was very much looking forward to it. And John committed suicide Christmas or the day after Christmas, a few months prior to the first training. Before we even got started, somebody killed themselves. And and then we got everything moving and got the trainings moving. Another person that I was trying to get to come to the trainings over the few years was Bev Blunt. And Bev was a transgender human. Maybe some of you know Bev. And after a few years of making sure that our relationship was good and there was trust there, because if you don't know about that, that's going to be an issue with many transgender people. Humans are a danger. If you can imagine that, which circles back to the issue with Trump and xenophobic violence, but there has to be trust there. And it took me a long time, to show Bev that I was actually true blue and I'm a safe person. And during COVID, I think we were finally at the point where I felt okay to invite Bev to come down to the Texas training. And I did. And we talked on the phone, and she was reticent, was kind of dealing with some issues. She was dealing with some health issues, breathing and heart stuff during COVID. And we were basically left at look, you don't even have to come down and shoot. Just come down and hang out with us. Be there at the range. You can shoot during the fun time when we try out guns and stuff. Just come out and hang out, And Bev was like, okay, let's, if I'm feeling better, then let's talk about that. Let's think about that. We'll do that. And I was like, great, let's do that. Come on down. So, we got off the phone, and 2 weeks later, Bev was dead. Heart failure, essentially, but could have been COVID related, but I don't think anyone knows for sure. In our last trainings a couple of years ago, we had 2 trainings in 1 year, or actually 3. And the 2 Texas trainings that we did, one with LGO and then one where we had Pincus come in and train a smaller group of us. Brandon Swearingen was at both of those trainings, and we just lost Brandon Swearingen last year to a fentanyl overdose. And this leads me to talking about Brandon's box. The last training that we did was an August training in Texas with Rob Pincus. And it was balls hot. It was dastardly hot. So hot. And Brandon kind of got like a heat stroke, right? He got roughed up by it pretty bad. So he had to like stop training and go and sit under the overhang. And, we have and that range, we had a Connex box, our own Connex box, and I had med kit in there and all that. So Brandon was chilling out under the overhang, and we were giving him water and pouring water on him and whatever. And I went into the Connex box and I got a cold pack out of the first aid kit, an Instapack cold pack. And I pulled it out of the box and put the box on the work table. There was a work table in there. And I came out and I cracked the Instapack, got it cold, and I put it on the back of Brandon's neck. And he just chilled out like for the rest of the day, which was fine. And he recovered. And then came back in a little bit when we did some fun shooting. And we finished that training up. It was a great training for us, even though it was hot, and it was with Rob. So there were some interesting moments. And then that was the last training that we were able to do and afford to do because we lost funding a couple months after that. We lost our major source of funding. So I'm guessing when it was like almost 2 years go by. And then I get a call from the gentleman who owns the range in Texas that we use. And there's stuff going on with the properties around his gun range, so he's going to have to sell. And he wants me to come down and clean out all of our stuff from the Connex box because he's going to have to sell that Connex box. So I made a special secret squirrel trip to Texas by myself. And Josh Bacon, who lives in the area, met me there to help me to clean up because we had solar panels installed on the Connex box so we could have power, and, I needed help loading stuff. But before Josh got there, I was at the range by myself for a couple hours, just thinking through the past 5 years and all of the lessons and what I wanted to do moving forward. And, by the way, as an aside, our friend who owns that gun range, he is looking into another property to build another range. So that door is open there, right? But I was I was sitting on the range thinking about all kinds of things. And of course I thought about bidding, I thought about Bev, and I thought about Brandon. The last time I saw Brandon, we were at that range, and it was pretty fresh still with me. And after just like walking around the range and thinking, I decided to start cleaning out the Connex box. And I went over and unlocked it. For any of the developers that are listening, you'll be happy to know that on the combination lock to the Connex box, I did, because you can decide what your combo number is. I did work in the number 69. So you'll be happy to know that. I opened the Connex box, and among all the other stuff that was still in there, there was the work table. And the only thing that was sitting on the work table was Brandon's box, the box that had the cold pack in it. It was the only thing sitting. Like, I'm going to open the Connex box. You see all the shit on the floor and on the side or whatever, but your eyes are drawn right to the work table, right? Because it's the thing that stands out. And that was the only thing sitting on the work table was the box for Brandon's ice pack. Still there. And buckled my legs pretty hard. And I had to like step out of the Connex box and go breathe. And I sat down at one of the picnic tables. And I thought even more about things before I cleaned out the Connex box. 5 years, all that time training, shooting, spending all that money. All of that heartache and bullshit from people stabbing me in the back or making things 100 times harder or lying to me about drugs and alcohol or whatever. I can't even tell you people how many fucking problems just with these 30 people. Just to get 30 people. The other people for consideration, most of them looked so problematic I couldn't even consider them for these trainings. What good is your gun hobby if these are the results? What good is all of this if these are the results? Because these are the fucking results. It isn't just about the suicides and the fentanyl and the death from heart disease. It's all of the other fucking bullshit. What good is all of it? %99 of the people in our Facebook group use something that's enormously valuable, and they don't even give $1 a month to us. They don't know the difference between the liberal gun owners and liberal gun club. They don't buy a $5 sticker. The 2 people that have statistically used the Facebook group the most over the entire time that we've been in existence have never said thank you. They have, one guy has never bought anything. The other guy only bought he bought a patch after I reduced the prices down to 50% off, so we weren't even making cost. The dude that helped me design the 2.0 Snowflake helped me to design it by doing a watercolor, he's an artist. And then I translated that into digital stuff. That dude is in jail right now. The dude that helped me to translate the watercolor into a digital snowflake stabbed me in the back so fucking bad in the design development. Just disappeared on me. No word, no I'm sorry, no I have to move on, just ghost. I bent myself into a pretzel to have one dude join us in these things. And at the first training, and talked to him for a year about it, he was excited. I got all of the hotel rooms booked. I prepaid for everyone's hotel room, as we almost always did. And I prepaid for this dude's hotel room, and he fucking ghosts me. There's a lot of cope, a lot of fucking cope, coming from many of you men. Major fucking cope with guns. Major fucking cope. The entire gun industry is filled with cope. The entire gun rights patriotism movement is filled with fucking cope. Guns are not that important. They're not this fucking important. Because your gun hobby makes you feel better, sounds fine. Are there people where guns are a part of their mental health care? Absolutely. Is that okay? Of course it is. If it's being done properly. But is it? Clearly it's not. Clearly some of you are like, guns are part of my mental health strategy, and that's a part of fucking cope. Why is it cope? Because you're not fucking doing all of the other things that you should be doing. You're online too much. You're out of shape. You eat like shit. You're destroying your hearts. You're giving yourself diabetes. Many of you are smoking. Many of you are not getting help. Many of you are fucking taking too many drugs, legal or illegal. Many of you are living a life where you're grown men and you say you're going to do shit and then you don't. And you don't care about the consequences of that on other men. But this shit with like, guns are a part of my mental health strategy. It's a 50-50 coin flip whether or not you saying that is legitimate. And many of you who say that, it's cope and bullshit. It's cope and bullshit. If you are not taking care of yourself mentally, spiritually, physically, and you're still maxing out the time with you and your fucking gun Legos and ping pong ping, and look at my fucking circle holes in this piece of paper on Instagram, and you're not taking care of the other shit first, you're doing the wrong thing. And I am not. Let me tell you what the lesson of Brandon's box is. I will never, ever, as long as I live, I will never spend another dollar of LGOs on your fucking cope world, on your fucking horse shit, hobby fucking bullshit, while simultaneously you are not taking care of the other priorities in your life properly. I will never do it again. Never. I will never fucking do it. I have seen enough of this shit. There's not going to be LGO trainings when you guys are 40 pounds overweight, packing your arteries with fucking glue, smoking, drinking, ignoring your mental health. There's not going to fucking be any more trainings. There's not going to be any more special community LGO things while grown ass men are fucking using the efforts of other men and not saying thank you in any way, to the tune of not being able to give $1, to the tune of listening to this podcast and not fucking giving $1. There's not going to be any of that. I would rather use the money to get your asses to a gym, or to get you to have a therapist, or to get you to pay for your Ozempic, or to influence you to fucking divorce that person you should not be in that relationship with. I'm not doing that anymore. If guns and training and gear is something that's keeping you from being depressed and suicidal, you are fucking doing it wrong. It can be one of the things. That's cool. But if it is like the thing, dude, you are building a fucking house on sand. Stop it. Brandon's box. Never again. Never again. On the list of 10 fucking things, 10 things that you should be doing every day, guns should barely be 10th. I see something in many of you that I know, you are doing it wrong. And I am not going to go through this anymore. You being a grown ass man who is so fucking hyper fixated on toys, which is what guns are to most of you, that you don't fucking address the other things you need to address. And guns could just be a part of your cope. Guns could just be a part of your avoidance of caring for yourself. if you're a fucking mess, be honest about it. And if you're a fucking mess, yo, get off the fucking internet. Stop perseverating on fucking the next gun if you're a fucking mess. And a lot of you are a fucking mess. Stop doing it. Just stop doing it. I'm not using critical funds to keep this fucking fantasy going on in America about guns and their importance. They're important. Sure as fuck they're important. But they ain't that important. They ain't 3 deaths in 5 years important. They ain't Randy fucking almost loses his mind so there can be a Facebook group for a bunch of jerk-offs who don't even skev $1 a month. Guns ain't that important. Is it worth the suicide, the fentanyl? Are guns worth all of this? Nothing. Dudes, nothing is fucking worth all of this. Nothing. Especially something that, frankly, those of you who are listening, this is a fucking hobby for you. And those of you who take it really, really seriously, a lot of you are like, yeah, man, it's the fash. Dude, if it breaks down, then it goes down. Almost everyone I know who says fash is one of the first people that's going in the fucking ditch getting covered in lie, because you don't have the fucking stones to fucking cover something like that. You're on the internet talking fucking smack that you can't back up. You're 40 pounds overweight. You don't know how to fucking fight. And the people that are around you that are going, yeah, the fucking fash, can't even fucking respond to emails. What do you fucking think is going to happen when if shit goes down? You people are in a fucking fantasy. And liberalism is about not being in a fantasy. Liberalism is supposed to not be about cope. Never again. Never again. This podcast and this company is about what's real. And what's real is, you motherfuckers spend too much time on guns and not enough time on everything else. Some of you have great balance with it. I'm not talking to you. There are people that are actually good with the balance, and some of you are listening. Some of you, it's your hobby. Cool, it's your hobby. Guns are your hobby. Guns are your hobby. Are you 40 pounds overweight? Are you packing your arteries with fucking Elmer's glue? Is your pancreas blown out? Are you married to the wrong person? Are you making excuses and not fucking taking care of yourself? Are you using guns as cope? Do you spend hours a day on the fucking internet because you're a social retard? Are you contributing to doom scrolling and sky is falling pseudo-liberalism? Are you keeping your body filled with stress hormone? Are you struggling with depression? The fuck are you doing? Because many of you might not be in these severe situations, many of you are on your way to doing it. You're on your way to it. You're on your way to it. Multiple people on my radar screen, know that we are all about taking care of one another and mental health. They know that we have the resources and still don't fucking say anything. Don't say anything for years or a year and a half or 2 years. Don't let me in on what's going on, and are in a bad way with their brain chemistry while they're still fucking talking about guns with me and other people all fucking day, every fucking day, and not fucking saying anything. In suicidal ideation, already in that realm, while they're on the internet talking about guns every day and not saying anything. These are just the people that are in the ideation realm, right? That I find out later, or they eventually come clean, or I dig it out of them. So many of you are fucking upside down. And guns are the reason, or they're a contributing factor. Liberals own guns too is one of the biggest fucking copes I've ever fucking seen in my life. At this point, it means nothing. Everyone knows liberals own guns too now. Liberals own guns too. I'm going to run my fucking mouth and have the fucking sticker, but I'm not really going to do anything like contribute to LGO, or I'm just going to be on the internet all the time with my cope and my fucking man hobby. That's the vast majority of what we have. And then the other people are like, the sky is falling. It's the fash. I don't even know how to throw a punch, but I'm going to defeat fascism. Listen, y'all know that I'm on a spaceship and I'm taking LGO to the real place, right? If you want to fucking meet me there, fucking meet me there. Sounds great. Care for yourself. Care for your mind. Care for your body. Do 10 other things that are more important and then do guns. The lesson of Brandon's box. I will not spend another fucking dollar on this bullshit middle-aged male coat and you motherfuckers. I will not. So you want to stay here where you are? Jerk off for 3 more decades to guns and red dots and shit for all I fucking care. Go ahead. Do you want, and I'm going to say this. There are some of you that are on Johnny on point. Do you shoot guns in competition? Yes. Do you still take care of all the other things? Yeah, you do. Are you balanced properly? You are. Many of you and many of you in the development group are like that. I'm not saying it's everybody, but Jesus Christ already, the vast majority of the people are not that way. Okay. So do you want to get it on? Cool. The lesson of Brandon's box is I'm not spending the fucking money like that anymore. This isn't a fucking game. People are dying. Also, this relates to the Donald Trump thing. Do you want to get it on? Okay. Because I assure you, if you want to be able to prohibit in the future something like the Trump administration, this whole shit with you being a man that's way overweight, your mental health sucks, you don't ask for help, you jerk off the guns all day, you doom scroll on the fucking news, right? You are not the candidate I'm picking to get it on for the special force. Most of you cats, look, you're more powerful than this. You're better than this. You're more powerful than this. You're more powerful than this. And you're holding yourself down and you're holding yourself in and you're not doing the right thing and you're fucking dopamine addicted to screens and you're dopamine addicted to fucking shopping for guns. I'm not spending another dollar on these results. I'm not going to arrange and picking up another first aid box from somebody who fucking died because of bullshit. I'm not doing it. Get ready to make choices. Do you not like the Trump thing? Do you not like these results that I'm talking about with grown-ass men fucking me over or fucking themselves over or losing their battle or whatever it is? Do you not like these results? Because these results are not normal, by the way. They're trying to become normal, but they're not normal. If you don't like these results, it's time to leave childish things behind. It's time to leave childish things behind. And it's time to stop this bullshit. It's time to stop these bullshit patterns. I have empathy, right? It hurts. But the reality is we're not doing it right. We're not doing it right. For better results, we need to start doing this right. And putting guns in their fucking, understanding the importance of guns and revering their spiritual importance. And I'll say that, their spiritual importance to them. Revering their spiritual importance is also a part of putting them in their fucking place. I'm challenging you to put the fucking superficial aspect of guns away and step into fucking adulthood with this stuff. Get out of the static of being a gun owner online. Get out of the static. Get to the signal. Get to the signal. My job is to provide a version of that signal. That's where we're going.